Bettina Ortiz y Mena was not accustomed to waiting. A former Miss Venezuela and Miss Universe runner-up, of course, the exceedingly bronze Strawberry Blonde was these days the wife of the Miami Auto Parts tycoon Herman Ortiz y Mena, and at every restaurant she chose to grace with her presence. She was always greeted with reverence and wished to the exact table she desired. Today she wanted the corner table on the terrace at Sip Sip, her favorite lunch spot on Harbor Island. She wanted to sit on one of the comfy orange canvas directors' chairs and stare out at the gently lapping turquoise waters while eating her kale Caesar salad. But there was a large, noisy group taking up the entire terrace, and they didn't seem in much hurry to leave. Bettina fumed as they glared at the tourists happily savoring their lunch in the sun. Look how tacky they were. The women overly tanned, wrinkled, and saggy, none of them proper lift or botoxed. She felt like women up to their table and handing out her dermatologist business cards. And the men were even worse, all dressed in old rumpled shirt and short, wearing those cheap straws hats sold at the trinket shop on Dunmore Street. Why did such people have to come here? This 3.5 mile long paradise with its pristine pink sand beaches was one of the best kept secrets in the Caribbean, a haven for the very rich filled with quaint little wood houses painted in a shade of sherbet, charming boutiques, chic's oceanfront mansion turned into a inns, and the five-star restaurant to rival street bars. Tourists should have to take a style exam before being allowed to set foot on the island. Feeling like she had been patient long enough, Bettina stormed into a kitchen, the bridge on her crocheted Pucci kaftan top shaking furiously as the maid, a beeline for the woman with a shock of pixie cut blonde hair, manning the main stove. Julie, honey, what is the deal? I've waited more than 15 minutes for my table. Bettina signed to the owner of the restaurant. Sorry, Bettina, it's been one of those days. The party of 12 on the terrace showed up just before you did, Julie replied as she handed off a bowl of spicy, couch chili to waiting server. But the terrace is your prime spot. Why on earth did you let those tourists take up all the space? Well, the tourist in the red fishing cap in the dock of Glencora. His party just boated over from Windermere that his Royal Husman you see moored off the coast. Isn't it the most handsome sailboat you've ever seen? I'm not impressed by big boats, Bettina huffed, although secretly she was rather impressed by people with big titles. From the kitchen window, she surveyed the party assembly on the terrace with the new eyes. These aristo-British types were just a strange breed. Sure, they had their Savile Row suit and their heirloom tiaras, but when they traveled they looked so painfully frumpy. It was only then that Bettina noticed Titan, well-built men in fitted white t-shirt and black Kevlar pants, sitting at the adjacent table. The guys weren't eating but sat watchfully sipping glasses of seltzer water. She assumed that the dock's security details, they couldn't be more obvious. Don't they know that we're all billionaires here on Bryland and this isn't how we rule? Bettina taunted. Actually, those bodyguards belong to the Duke's special guest. They did a whole sweep of the restaurant before the party arrived. They even searched my walk-in freezer. See that Chinese fellow seated at the end of the table? Bettina scooted through her Dior Extase sunglasses at the portly balding. That's Alfred Chang, Julie said in a... Bettina giggled. He looked like their chauffeur. Julie, who was trying to focus on searing a cut of tuna to perfection, shook her head with a tight-lipped smile. From what I heard, that chauffeur is most powerful man in Asia. What's his name again? Alfred Chang. He's Singaporean but lives mostly in England on an estate that's half the size of Scotland, so I am told. Well, I've never seen his name on any of the rich list, Bettina sniffed. Bettina, I'm sure you know that there are people on this planet who are far too rich and powerful to ever appear on those lists. A slight exaggeration, but this island, known affectionately as Bryland,